Don't escape. In the wilderness, a lone isolated cabin stands. You, the protagonist, wake up in this cabin with a clear mission. You are cursed. By nightfall, you will transform into a fearsome werewolf. The game begins not with a quest for escape, but with a desperate need to imprison oneself to protect the world from the beast within. As you step outside, the desolation of your surroundings sinks in. You gather an axe, logs, a mushroom, and a hidden chain. Tools, not for survival, but for self-confinement. Returning to the cabin, the true challenge begins. The door, once a symbol of freedom, must now be barricaded. You close and lock it, pushing a shelf against it as if to hold back your own monstrous nature. The notes you find, the discolored plank on the floor, the trap door, they all lead to more tools for your grim task. As we board up the windows, the fireplace crackles to life, a small comfort against our dire situation. Then, you concoct a potion. The ingredients, herbs, spices, mushrooms are mixed with precision, a desperate bid to sedate yourself before the transformation. As dusk falls, you complete your final act. Chains and rope are your last line of defense, binding yourself in an attempt to contain the inevitable mutation. The hourglass is turned, and the wait begins. In these last moments of humanity, the silence of the cabin is suffocating, the isolation complete. If done correctly, you will survive the night, but failing to confine oneself properly results in a brutal tragedy. In Don't Escape, the horror is not in the monsters we face, but in the monster we become. The game's brilliance lies in its inversion of the classic escape narrative, turning the familiar into something profoundly unsettling. Deep Sleep Series. Deep Sleep, the first installment of the Deep Sleep Flash game series, immerses players in a surreal, dreamlike adventure that blurs the lines between reality and nightmare. Your journey in deep sleep begins with a sense of disorientation, a feeling that reality has slipped away. In this peculiar world, objects and clues seem both familiar and bizarre. You find a key in a vase, unlocking mysteries hidden in a roll-top desk. Each discovery leads to an ever-shifting scene. The skeletal remains of a past inhabitant whose arm you claim serve as a grim reminder of the potential fate that awaits. Descending into the depths of this dream, you reach a reception area where the mundane act of ringing a bell 50 times conjures an unsettling presence. The basement below holds further secrets, with a furnace that needs to be extinguished. You douse a cloth in water to handle a scorching furnace, revealing a hidden code smeared against the walls. This code is a gateway, leading you through a labyrinth of dark corridors illuminated only by the faint glow of your flashlight. Your path is obstructed by barriers that require a combination of ingenuity and courage to overcome. A pickaxe becomes a tool for liberation, breaking down walls that stand between you and freedom. As you approach the climactic conclusion, a lighthouse stands as a beacon of hope within the oppressive darkness. Ascending its spiral staircase, you place a shiny gem into a celestial holder, triggering a transformation of the environment. The figures you encounter, shadowy and indistinct, are both menacing and enigmatic, embodying the mysteries that have pervaded your journey. In a frantic finale, the manipulation of levers at the top of the lighthouse feels like a race against time, a desperate attempt to awaken from this deep sleep. Shadow Tag, developed by Elvidian for Newgrounds, is a chilling experience in its deceptively simple gameplay. Crafted in just 48 hours, this avoidance game stands out for its ambience and presentation. In the dead of night, armed only with a flashlight, you find yourself in a seemingly unending labyrinth of shadows and whispers. The premise is straightforward. Locate your car keys in each stage and make your way to the car. But this is no ordinary game of hide and seek. The twist lies in the company you keep, or rather, the company that seeks you. Shadowy figures, resembling children, inhabit this world, their presence growing more pronounced and menacing with each level. These spectral children are not just ghosts, they seek to engage in a game of tag, a game where being it carries consequences far darker than a childhood playground. You cannot run, you can only walk, adding to the sense of panic. The game's levels, though similar in concept, vary in size and layout, each presenting its own unique challenge. The game's graphics add to its eerie beauty, simplistic yet effective. The lack of an elaborate narrative or backstory adds to the mystery, leaving much to the imagination and making the experience all the more unnerving. Monster Basement. Monster Basement, a horror room escape game released in 2007, plunges players into a heart-pounding scenario of confinement and terror. In the dim light of a single bulb, you find yourself in the monster basement, a place where every object holds a clue to your escape. The room, cluttered with oddities and remnants of forgotten lives, feels like a puzzle crafted by a twisted mind. Your first moments are spent in disorientation as your eyes adjust to the dimness. Each object you encounter, a poster, a bookshelf, a bottle, becomes a critical piece in the puzzle that confines you. As you delve deeper into the basement, the reality of your situation becomes ever more apparent. Among the items, a green key discovered behind a poster, a gold piece hidden in the shadows, and a note with cryptic instructions. Each discovery brings a mix of hope and dread. The realization that you're not alone in this basement sinks in. A monstrous presence lurks. Your interaction with the room's phone becomes a lifeline, albeit a chilling one. Dialing, salvation, and handyman, the responses on the other end are puzzling. The turning point comes with an axe. As you switch off the lights, the darkness envelops you, and the basement transforms into a labyrinth of fear and desperation. A light bulb reveals hidden horrors. The monster, once unseen, becomes a horrifying reality that you must confront. The escape, when it comes, is not just a physical release from the basement, but a psychological escape from the horrors within. Fueled with ancient myth, on the Newgrounds platform, a tale of divine tragedy and cosmic struggle unfolds. Crafted by the visionary creator Amon 26 and released on Halloween in 2011, this narrative was brought to life using the stencil game development tool, weaving a story that reaches back to the dawn of creation. The lore, as described by the creator, is the following. At the very beginning, before the sands of time had begun to flow, there existed two celestial beings of immense power, Oishia, the god of creation, who breathed life into the void, and Gaiosayit, the earth goddess, a guardian of the planet and all its natural splendors. Oishia, in a gesture of love and companionship, created mankind as a gift for Gaiosayit, hoping to adorn her realm with beings capable of appreciating its beauty and wonders. However, humanity's disregard and neglect of the Earth's delicate balance sparked a fury within Giosit. She perceived their actions as an insult to her being and her gifts. In her wrath, she unleashed her anger, erasing millions of lives in her desire to cleanse the stain of their negligence. Oishia, Witnessing the devastation wrought by his counterpart and enraged by her merciless judgment, confronted Gyosaet in a clash that shook the foundations of the world. In his fury, he shattered her divine form, scattering her essence across the planet and entombing it deep within the Earth's core, creating a prison so profound that no deity could escape. As eons passed, the echoes of this ancient conflict faded into the silence of regret and solitude. Oishia, once a god of boundless creation, found himself haunted by the loss of Gyosaet and the cataclysmic rift their conflict had created. Tormented by loneliness and a yearning for reconciliation, he realized that the only path to Gyosaet's prison was through the abandonment of his divine immortality. In an act of ultimate sacrifice, Oishia chose to sever his ties to divinity, beheading himself above the world he had shaped. From the remnants of his godly form emerged a small red sphere, a womb of rebirth, which upon impacting the earth, birthed Oishia a new immortal guise, stripped of all divine might and destined to walk the earth in search of redemption and reunion. The world that awaited him was a stark reflection of the conflicted history. Humanity, now fragmented into small tribes, hid from the cruelties of an earth that had grown increasingly hostile under the lingering influence of Gyosaet's wrath. The planet's surface was littered with remnants of the goddess's power, fragments of her being that had become either arrogant totems of human triumph or had been harnessed by ambitious souls to fashion themselves into false deities. Among these was Uzaza, a creature of misguided ambition who, wielding the heart of Gyosaet, sought to carve out a realm of his own. Uzaza's dominion was a twisted garden of iron and blood, where the weak were cold and the survivors bloomed into living weapons. This lore, rich with themes of creation, destruction, love, and redemption, invites players to travel a world on the edge of oblivion, seeking to mend the broken bonds of divine beings and to explore the depths of sacrifice and the possibility of rebirth. Arrival in Hell, a point-and-click horror game set in the claustrophobic confines of a prison overrun by a monstrous creature. Our story begins as you awaken in a prison cell. Two bunk beds stand as silent witnesses to the nightmare that unfolds. As you explore, a chilling scene cuts through the silence. A police officer helpless against a monstrous entity roaming the hallways.
Help! Help! Is anybody there?
This creature, with flesh that burns through matter like acid, sets the stage for a desperate fight for survival. You use the creature's flesh to cut through the prison bars. Freedom seems close, yet another obstacle emerges, a disturbed fellow prisoner. Through manipulation and persuasion, you acquire a spray deodorant, a small but crucial item in your inventory. The hallways bear the grim evidence of the creature's rampage, with the lifeless bodies of police officers marking your path. Each interaction is a step closer to escape or demise. A chance encounter with a dozing officer offers a fleeting sense of security, shattered in an instant as the creature bursts through the wall, claiming yet another victim.
Remaining security guard in this place. Whoa, fucking thanks for that. Hey man, did you hear something? I don't know, I think so.
Your journey is not one of heroism. Survival comes at a cost. In a moment of ruthlessness, you sacrifice an inmate, using him as bait in your desperate bid for freedom.
God damn it! Why won't this fucking door open? Ah, holy fuck!
The final confrontation is a blaze of fire and fury. Armed with only a deodorant and a lighter, you face the beast, igniting it into flames. But survival demands a greater sacrifice, the destruction of the compound itself. With gas cylinders, you trigger an explosion that tears through the prison, obliterating the creature and your prison alike. Arrival in Hell is a journey through fear, where survival comes at the cost of humanity.
And I hope you're not afraid of the dark. They do a thing where they turn off all the lights so you can see how ridiculously dark it is down here. You can't even see your own hand in front of your face. Oh, also, there's this giant pokey rock that looks kind of like a teddy bear. Oh, anyway, happy birthday. This is the first half of your present. I'll give you the second half when you least expect it.
Here we are. Let me just open this door thingamajig here and aha! Welcome to the Cavlad Caverns. Please follow me out of the elevator and let's begin the tour.
NeverEnding Light, the enigmatic world of the NeverEnding Light, a flash game that takes us deep into the heart of an otherworldly cavern. Our journey begins with an innocent birthday trip to the Cobbled Caverns, a place shrouded in mystery and known for its peculiar rock formations. Our guide mentions the infamous Pebble's Nest and the oddly adorable yet ominous formation known as the Spawn of Hell, resembling a teddy bear. But don't let its name fool you. There's nothing cuddly about this place. As we delve deeper, our guide prepares us for the highlight of the tour, a moment of complete, total darkness. Imagine, if you will, standing in a void so dark you can't even see your hand in front of your face. It's in this darkness that the true terror of the Cad Caverns begins to unfold.
Everyone okay? No one is freaking out? Ha! This is gonna be better than usual. Imagine what it's like for the creatures that actually live down here. Most of them don't even have eyes, so they rely on their other senses. Just swimming around, care in the world. Well, anyway. Paul, let's get these lights back on, okay? Holly! Come on, Paul. If this is about last night, there are worse things in the world than Pepto-Bismol. Pink, probably. Well, we seem to be having some technical difficulties. If you will follow me back to the elevator, we'll see if we can get your tour rescheduled once we have this worked out. The elevator has a backup generator, so it should work even without power. Let me grab my flashlight, and we're off.
Get the flashlight!
The lights go out, and we're plunged into an abyss where even the slightest sound echoes in the haunting silence, only to reveal the horrors left behind by the creatures that lurk this gravesite. Our tale takes a turn as we stumble upon a hidden truth: the generator, disconnected, a wire leading into the unknown, and then the unexpected, encounters with beings otherworldly and strange, offering deals and threats alike.
Hey, you came to rescue me. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Oh no! Take that! Enough!
In the heart of the caverns, we uncover a disturbing reality. Our existence begins to mirror the creatures dwelling here. In our quest for exploration, have we become the monsters ourselves? As we emerge, forever changed, one question lingers: what else lies hidden in the shadows, in the never-ending light? This journey through the never-ending light reminds us of the thin veil between curiosity and horror. As we leave the cat caverns behind, we carry with us the chilling reminder that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are those we bring with us in our minds. Alice is Dead. The eerie and twisted world of Alice is Dead, a dark reinterpretation of the classic Alice in Wonderland. In this series, we follow the rabbit, a mercenary caught in a web of deception, memory loss, and betrayal in a nightmarish wonderland. Alice is Dead is a celebrated Flash game trilogy created by Laurastrom Games, hosted on Newgrounds, that revitalized the traditional grimification of Alice in Wonderland. Renowned for its exquisitely drawn artwork, eerie and cinematic music, it marries the enchantment of classic Disney movies with the dark undertones of gritty horror. The series, which debuted with its first episode on September 14, 2009, followed by the second on January 13, 2010, and concluded with the third on September 10, 2010, invites players into a richly convoluted plot. Despite its complexity, the storyline rewards those who delve deep, offering secrets scattered across all episodes. The rabbit, a part of a mercenary group led by the Mad Hatter, finds himself entangled in the Oyster Cloud Project, a sinister plan to merge the world above with Wonderland. Working closely with Professor Burr, the rabbit, though questioning little, grows fond of his partner Alice and Burr's daughter. But darkness looms as the Hatter sends Alice on a lone mission, only to later order the rabbit to kill her, reluctantly agreeing to spare her from a worse fate at the hands of their enemy, the Queen. The rabbit's journey into the abyss begins. In a surprising turn of events, 2021 marked the announcement of Alice is Dead: Hearts and Diamonds, a complete overhaul and expansion of the original trilogy.